We will back the blue. We will always stand beside you.
When the LAPD decided last week to ban the thin blue line flag that honors fallen officers, it sparked outrage.
This flag symbolizes entirely different things to different people who identify with different groups. The law enforcement community sees this as a symbol of honor for fallen law enforcement heroes who died in the line of duty, protecting their communities from evil. They also see it as a moral booster to the living officers on the force, which supports their belief that they are the nation's warriors battling crime and keeping our streets safe. Others outside of the law enforcement community have mixed views or no views at all on it. Some associate it with law and order. Others see it as a symbol of oppression, abuse, and tyranny. They view the blue stripe as a dividing line between us and them, between those who are privileged to operate above the law and those who will be pummeled to the ground by the law. The current issue with LAPD's Police Chief Michael Moore banning the use and display of the thin blue line flag is being perverted by leftist media and rightist media as they attempt to pigeonhole viewers into a false dichotomy where they create a false premise and erroneously limit thought trails that would enable viewers to see what's really going on here. So let's start from the beginning of this story. On January 21st, Los Angeles Police Department Police Chief Michael Moore issued a ban on displaying the thin blue line flag at public events and station lobbies. Moore has also prohibited any use of the thin blue line patch on officer uniforms or bumper stickers on police vehicles. Now, Moore released a statement on the decision saying, quote, "Earlier this week, there was a member of the public that complained of a thin blue line flag being displayed over the front desk of Rampart Station. The complaint stems from their belief the symbol signifies support of extremist views such as those espoused by the Proud Boys and others. I directed to have the item taken down from the public lobby. While I do not personally view the thin blue line flag in the same manner as the community member and others, its display in our public lobbies can be divisive. It's unfortunate that extremist groups have hijacked the use of the thin blue line flag to symbolize their undemocratic, racist, and bigoted views. Flags serve as powerful symbols with specific meanings. The thin blue line flag, to me, presents the honor, valor, dedication, and sacrifice of law enforcement to protect our communities. Tragically, that view is not universally held, and others have been able to persuade the public it symbolizes racist, bigoted, and oppressive values. Given our lobbies should be places that people feel safe, free from political ideology, and welcoming, it remains our long-standing policy that only official items be displayed. I understand the frustration some may feel on this issue, with an accompanying sense of lack of support of their decision on my part. I'm mindful of the Los Angeles Police Protective League's expressed disappointment in my directive. My commitment to you is unwavering as I strive each day to protect and serve you as well as the people of Los Angeles," end quote. Now, what I find interesting about this letter is that all it took for this police chief to strip all the thin blue line flags from every official uniform, building, and law enforcement vehicle was for one member of the public to complain about one flag in one police station. He didn't strip the flag based on an objective understanding that an incalculable amount of theft, false reporting, road piracy, abuse of power, abject tyranny, and general domestic terrorism has run rampant under that flag. He based his action on the belief of one member of the public. Again, with part of his statement, quote, "The complaint stems from their belief the symbol signifies support of extremist views such as those espoused by the Proud Boys and others," end quote. And of course, in quintessential left versus right paradigm buffoonery, pro-thin blue line gang faux news went off the deep end, calling the move by the police chief woke leftism.
Well, the LAPD banning the pro-police thin blue line flag from the department's public areas, all because of a single complaint that claimed the flag represents, quoting here, violent and extremist views. LA's police chief was quick to wave the white flag, agreeing that the thin blue line had become too controversial. The ban outraging thousands of officers who say the force is already suffering because of low morale.
Now, if it's true that thousands of officers are outraged because the thin blue line was banned, and I don't doubt that this is the reaction of many of them, what about the outrage of the millions of people who have been victims of police injustice, economic terrorism, and violence? Seems that the ones who should be rightly outraged are the ones whose rights were violated under the color of law. Now Fox seeks to get the comment of the former Wheaties box Olympian.
10,000 members of the LAPD, which is pretty much everybody, disagree with the chief on this. You would think this time in history, the chief would want to back up his officers.
Chief Michelle Moore, he went woke on us big time. And it's really hurting the morale out here in California. Basically what happened, to be police chief, it is an appointed position. He was appointed in 2018 by Eric Garcetti, and now he's up for reappointment. And he has to kind of cater to the board. Well, you can imagine here in California, the LAPD board is very woke. So this issue of the flag came up. The blue line flag that has been in public areas for a while, and it's to really recognize the fallen LAPD officers that we've had over the last few years.
Right.
There's little doubt that wokeism is having a direct political impact on the decision of a weak-minded, morally inept police chief like Moore. But the way segments like Fox News and the Counterfeit News Network frame this kind of story is that it's only the crazy leftists who have a problem with police brutality and criminality taking place under the thin blue line flag of terror. The unnamed group they conveniently always leave out are the freedom-loving Americans who understand that injustice that happens to one man anywhere is the same injustice that befalls all men everywhere. And the fact is, injustice doesn't cease to be injustice when it's committed by a man with a costume and a badge.
All of a sudden, Black Lives Matter, other far-left organizations says you can't put that flag up in a public place. It's racist. It promotes violence. And so he went woke on us and decided to go with the leftist groups and remove the flags.
Again, this could be a capitulation to leftist groups. Few people who comprehend the sickening leftist political climate in California would doubt that that is the case. Nevertheless, this is still a very real symbol of a very real terrorism for many Americans who are neither left nor right. And to myopically focus only on this narrow view of what's actually going on is to deny the startling truth behind law enforcement empowered domestic torment and terrorism.
Well, that really pissed off the LAPD, and 10,000 officers rejected that. So he's trying to play his cards.
This is such a childish take. What if there are actually hundreds of officers within their ranks who have awoken to the fact that law enforcement is an overall net negative for society as cops violate First, Second, and Fourth Amendment rights? What if hundreds of them see through the revenue-generating racket of the war on drugs as it seeks to enrich the prison industrial complex? What if there are a large amount of officers right now within their ranks who are starting to understand that they're actually agents of a foreign corporation and a corrupt court system raking Californians over the coals as they remove their rights and the cash from their pockets? Jenner goes on to say that the reason Chief Moore banned the thin blue line flag prior to a vote to keep him in office was to appeal to a woke California board. Again, there's no doubt that the element of playing politics with people who have the power to oust you from your job and therefore your paycheck is in play here. In other words, the police chief didn't ban the flag because he thought it was the right thing to do. He did it because he wanted to keep the money flowing into his pocket. But isn't it ironic that Fox would say this? A stream rises no higher than its source. We all know that crap flows downhill. As the leadership is, so are those who are under that leadership. What Fox seems blissfully unaware of is that this segment unwittingly sends the strong message to the people that law enforcement is so corrupt that they will bow the knee to the woke mob mentality in order to secure a paycheck. They're telling us not even the police chief, the top dog, not even he can be trusted to do the right thing. So how can we trust the foot soldiers to do the right thing when they're engaged in their policing for profit roadside piracy operations? Now, I am not for censorship. I personally think they should keep the thin blue line flags of tyranny as a constant reminder to all of us who they think they really are. They think, act, and operate above the law. They exercise discretion apart from the law, and they will arbitrarily and do arbitrarily make laws and policies up in order to extract more cash from you and me, as they violate our rights. Yeah, BLM is a known, admitted Marxist organization which is predicated on lies and the initiation of force and violence. We've seen that. We've confirmed that. But the Thin Blue Line gang, they have cornered the market on force and violence. Outside of organized law enforcement outlets, no group even comes close to rivaling the damage done every single day by those who, ironically, swore to protect and serve you and me. They're too busy protecting and serving themselves, and it shows. So for a lot of people, that's what this flag represents. The thin blue line of tyranny. If you like this video, maybe you'll like some of my others. Take a second right now to subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon so you can be alerted when I upload new content. Give this video a like and share it with everybody you know. If you want to support this channel, grab a hard-hitting, conversation-starting design you can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. I'll see you in the next video.